What's up, world? This is Carl Mays, the King Motivator, aka the Wedding MC. I gotta let you know, this is my 426th wedding here tonight. And I just wanna let you know, regardless of what happens, we're gonna make people have a great time. One thing that we always say is that people come to weddings, and when they go to the reception, they don't know whether or not they're going to stay. But if you love who you are, make some noise. The Wedding MC is basically an embodiment of something that's needed at a wedding. One thing I like is I like challenges. And when I emceed that wedding, it was such a fulfillment because I got to be creative. Is there a need for the wedding MC? Yes, I think there's a need for it. People don't know they need it yet because they've never seen it or had it. I sit down with them and let them know the psychology. The psychology is you have two families that don't know anybody in there outside of the people they came with or the bride and groom. And they're there to be able to blend and get to know other families. This is a mix and mingle thing because you're bringing two families together and you're blending them. So yeah, Wedding MC is going to be needed. Wedding MC is there to curate and create an environment to make people feel as comfortable as possible. Makes me feel, strong enough to be able to attack what this world has to offer every time I step inside my door. But the beauty about this one is that they'll never be like the Wedding MC. Again, my name is Carl Mays. You can find me, theweddingmc.net. I'll see y'all on the next one.
The Wedding MC Experience is a fun podcast hosted by professional wedding MC King Carl and his wonderful, super supportive better half and health enthusiast, Queen Misty. With more than 450 wedding receptions completed, King Carl has had his fair share of intriguing situations. However, this show isn't just about wedding shenanigans. This show features shared experiences on topics anywhere from life, love, and drama to success, health, family, and relationships. If you love true transparency from intriguing hosts to their most influential guests, then you're in for an unbelievable experience. What up, world? That's right, y'all. We back. Oh, my God. It has been a wonderful, wonderful 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
That's right, y'all. This is Carl Mays, King Carl here, the Wedding MC Experience, along with my
wife, something.
Queen Misty.
That's right, y'all. Listen up. Hey, I just want to tell y'all something, first of all, so that you all know. I know you just saw the ad. You want to make sure if you haven't gotten your wedding book, you need to make sure you get it booked. Hopefully the date is still available. I'm about 17 weddings booked so far this year. Remember, I do 32 a year, so we got to make sure we keep it locked and loaded. I'm the only wedding MC in the country that does what I do, and I love to have fun with my beautiful people out there. Today, y'all, the Wedding MC Experience, we got some beautiful people in the building with us today, and I want to make sure I get a chance to intro them so y'all know and respect exactly who's in the building. We got shared topics we're going to do today, and we want to make sure that we give you exactly what you need to continue to move into making marriage great again. Is that what we're doing, babe?
Yes.
She's excited. My wife is always excited. I always say, listen, she keeps smiling because she has to show her teeth while she got them. You know what I'm saying? You might be putting them on the nightstand afterwards.
Didn't I just get through telling you HIPAA will only protect you so far? I'm your doctor, but Jesus, man.
You hold tight because I want to let them know. I know y'all hear the voice, but you ain't seen him yet. I'm going to tell you about him in a minute. But first, sitting to his left, your right, I got to let y'all know we got somebody, I call her the self-proclaimed singles expert. She's in the building. Y'all, this is Stephanie Collins in the building with us, chilling. Just so that you all know. And sitting right next to her is the doctor himself. We call him the relationship expert, the one that knows things about relationships, whether you in one or not. He is definitely somebody that's been on a lot of your television sets around the country. You've seen him on different networks. I'm not going to name him because we ain't going to be self-indulged because we having fun today. But he's definitely somebody that is always, I call him a regular on the Deborah Duncan Show right here in Houston, Texas. But in the meantime, y'all do me a favor, give a round of applause. Dr. D. Yvonne Young in the building.
I didn't get any applause.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, you did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you missed it. You missed it.
We want you to stay cute.
Traumatized.
I know,
man.
I love it.
I'm like, well, wait a
Steph,
minute.
you're excited.
I'm so excited to be here. I really am.
That's good.
And I
That's
just need to
good.
calm down a little bit, but
You're
We're
fine.
I'm good.
Keep
I'm
the
good.
excitement up.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'm good.
That's right. Right. Keep the excitement, y'all. So, D, Steph,
Yeah.
I want to make sure I get a chance to talk to you. Well, first of all, Stephanie, tell the people exactly who you are. How does it feel being that person that walks walks around proudly single. We're going to get further into it, but tell us a little bit about that and why I may have just given you that name as a singles expert.
Well, I guess after having my heart raked over the coals quite a few times.
Wow. That's heavy.
You know, and then I had a setback that I was telling you about before. And, you know, like right now I'm in a place, I'm in a really good place right now.
That's good.
You know,
That's good.
I'm in a really good place.
That's a good thing.
I'm single, but I'm not lonely. And it's
There's
a
a
really good
difference.
place.
There's a difference.
So I'm thinking clearly, I'm making better decisions.
Right.
And, yeah, and I'm like I did say earlier. Oh no, well anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm like in between places right now,
Right.
and I am in the process of trying to get back on my feet.
That's good.
And I don't have time to be ashamed about my singledom.
That's
you
right.
know?
Right.
Rock it.
And I enjoy it. I'm okay with it.
Well, you
I'm
know,
okay
I
with it.
think it's great that you're able to own that, because there are a lot of people that listen to the show and a lot of people that watch it. For those that don't know, man, the podcast will be up in 24 hours and it will be on all your platforms. We'll talk about that a little later. But in the meantime, I appreciate you owning it. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things we always talk about, right? People owning where they are and being at a point where they say, that's who I am, because there are millions of versions of you out there. Trust me. So you single out there, make sure y'all keep your ears peeled. In the meantime, sitting to your left, all right, y'all, listen, Dr. D, tell the people a little bit about who you are. You know what I'm saying? It's so much, pick the small stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I know this is my dude. See, outside of all these accolades, this is my dude. And we hang out. This is one of my dudes. So, but I'm going to pull him out of professional mode just for a little bit. But at the same time, D, tell the people about who you are, man.
Man, I don't smoke no more. No, I'm just kidding. Neither of us do that.
Right,
That
right.
was a joke.
We don't smoke nothing but barbecue.
Yeah,
If you eat meat.
and I smoke weights. So, I smoke weights every day is what I smoke. No, on the real, man, it's just, it's a good life, and it's a good season in life. Really excited. I just signed with the Abrams Agency in New York, which is one of the
Round
top
of applause,
agencies.
Mike. What we got?
Yeah.
All right.
We come pull them up, man.
Yeah,
That's a round of applause, brother.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and got a lot of good conversations going with NBC and a bunch of other networks.
Gotcha.
But very happy right now.
That's good. Well, you know what? I can honestly say, man, I mean, I remember when he was cultivating, the relationship expert. I remember when he was at a point where he was working on the
That
PhD
means
to get-
broke, y'all.
we were talking about it, so and he and I were on panels together. So one of the things that I admire about him is he's still in the same journey, same genre, and he's definitely, made a name for himself. You know what I'm saying? Especially here in H-Town. I mean, people know him as a relationship doctor. And we're going to talk today.
Yeah.
I'm going to dig in a little bit. I don't want you to use too many of them colloquialisms that we don't know them.
Okay.
I might know them, but I don't
What
want
you trying
that
to say?
No.
What-
Because I'm
Wait.
in the same. Okay,
Uh-uh.
you're right. We might not know. So, see, this is what happens when you get a wife that check
Threw
you.
you under the bus.
Listen, I know, look.
Not just me. Now, he threw you under the bus too.
Knife to cut us loose when she
Please,
gets through tying us up,
please,
right?
D, help me out, man. Don't let me fall. Sorry, baby. I love you.
Uh-huh.
In the meantime, y'all, listen, the topic today that we're going to be discussing, man, is the other side of the pillow. And the reason why we thought about that topic, because, one of the things, me and Stephanie had a conversation earlier, and we were talking. I said, man, you know what? I said, I was listening to it, and she was talking so profoundly as it came to singledom. And I was like, man, I've been married, but I'm like, man, well, Steph, you sound like you're owning it. So we're going to talk about it today. I said, man, I'm going to reach out to Dr. D, man. I know he's always traveling. I say, you going to be in the city? He says, during the week? I got you. And, I know he sees clients during the week, but I say, come through, man. First he was like, you going to Skype me in? I was like, are you going to be in the city? If you're going to be in the city, I need you to be over here.
In person.
In person, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, don't be Hollywood yet. Don't be
Okay.
No.
But I do want to make sure we get a chance to talk about, singledom, because a lot of our people that are listening, they desire to be married. One of the things we made this show for is because we wanted to show, my wife being my co-host and being my support, I said, man, we got to do something together. We got to make marriage great again, right? And one of the things that I know you talked about was just saying that there are no templates for people out there when it comes to marriage, especially African American marriages. Right, so we say, we know Barack and Michelle, and we know Jason, but they're not tangible, right? So we said, okay, let's try to be great for other people because there is no instruction manual. You of course know that. And so we came up with the show and we just do a lot of shared information, to people so that we can give them exactly what they want. I want to ask you all the first question. The question is this: being single, and look, Stephanie is already blushing. I can't.
I have no idea what's going to come out your mouth, but I'm excited.
Well, but I'm excited.
Yes, I'm excited.
Well, I think one of the things I wanted to make sure I asked is there were some people. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna kind of jump into this. Somebody emailed us today and they asked us a question that I thought was very, very intriguing. It said basically, how does one navigate this life and truly end up with the right person, knowing that you're a great catch for a future spouse? That's deep.
One more time.
Yeah, it says how do you navigate this life and truly end up with the right person, knowing that you are a great catch for a future spouse? I thought that was intriguing. I mean, I can answer it, but I'm only answering it from this perspective. But being single, knowing that social media has become like it is, I mean, relationships and the way people approach them have completely changed. Right? So in my own way, I'm out the game. Right? So you're still in the game. So I don't know. I'm going to direct it to you, and then I'm going to go to Dr. D.
Well, I want to hear what he has to say first and foremost.
No, I get it because I told him, I said I would not want to be in the dating scene right now because I think it's awful. It's kind of frightening.
It's garbage, if I'm being honest here.
Just a little.
Let me say this. I headlined a tour around the country called the Great Love Debate.
Okay.
And Match.com sponsored this tour, and I did it in L.A., Chicago, New York, Atlanta, D.C., what have you. Every city, we had about 500 to 1,000 people.
Right.
Half men, half women, filling up these theaters and what have you. It's not that bad. What's bad is some of these approaches that people use in dating. Well, here's the first thing that you do
that's
wrong.
Exactly it.
Right.
How in the hell can you be complete with someone else unless you're first complete within yourself?
That's right.
So when your approach is, I want to go into this and I want to try to find somebody to complete me, the first thing that I want to ask you is, have you lost your damn mind? Because you can't be someone else's parasite, especially their emotional parasite, for validation.
That's right.
Second thing is that until you really realize, okay, who am I not? You notice I didn't say who I am. Who am I not?
Right.
What is it that about me that is still a blind spot? What do I need to still work on? These are the things that you have to start addressing way
first
before you bring somebody else into your mix. And chances are, the more authentic and transparent you are about that process, the higher your percentage for success in dating someone.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Makes sense.
That makes sense.
How did you feel about that?
Yeah, I felt good. I mean, I felt so good. I don't even want to say anything. I was just like, ooh, that was. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
No, I like
because
that.
it starts internal first. I mean, it's
It does.
what he says. I mean, like my whole thing is that if you are selling something that you don't know too much about, then that means you haven't concentrated on you enough. And I think you and I talked about it as
yeah,
well.
because I was telling. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
focusing on who you are.
Yeah, finding out, trying to figure out, because after that last breakup that I had, I'm just right now I'm just in a place where I'm just trying to find out who I am outside of that relationship.
Right.
You know,
And you
I lost
constantly are
myself along
evolving,
the way.
right? I mean, so we say it's a constant evolution process, right? So you're constantly evolving. You're constantly becoming. I always say you're not the same person you were yesterday.
Exactly.
And you're constantly, in a hopeful aspect, you're getting better. But one of the things we always say is that people have a tendency of concentrating on other people as opposed to themselves.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And one of the things we know is the exterior is always great. The exterior is great, but the biggest thing about it is you can't see when people are in dark spaces. The way that you determine it, though, is by self. They say if you know the energy you give is the energy you receive, and you're in a dark place, 9 times out of 10, if somebody like you right now, they in a dark place.
Yeah.
And they call them raggedy people, right? So raggedy people meet raggedy people have raggedy kids, right? And then them raggedy kids grow up around a whole lot of other raggedy kids because the energy you give is the energy you receive.
Continuous
And then after a
cycle.
while, they have raggedy kids, and you say, damn, all my world is raggedy. And they say, where did it start? You.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
so I think one of the concentrations is to concentrate on self. And as a matter of fact, if you get so locked in on just trying to make sure you maintain mind, body, and spirit, because we're not perfect people. You know what I'm saying? We all have our bumps, bruises, our flaws. But if you concentrate on who you are and just grow those areas, because some people don't even heal. I've sat through some of his sessions, and he talks about people that haven't healed that are hurrying back into another relationship.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So people are buying damage. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You like, okay, I mean, you look good, but at the end of the day, man, you haven't truly unveiled. And when you start to unveil, it's like, that ain't.
Well, here's what's happening. When you have an approach to connection, especially ladies, you want to build a bear. You want to go and get a brother like Build a Bear. You know what I'm saying? No, that's my girl Lisa. I got that from Lisa.
Shout out to Lisa.
Build a Bear.
But when you gonna get a brother and you're gonna turn him into a Build a Bear project, right? and you start thinking, well,
No,
if I just put a towel on him, if I put some glasses in his
That's the
pocket,
wrong
right?
approach.
And the truth of it is you have to stop and think everything that you've been through in life. The vicissitudes of life, these things that you feel are pitfalls, or you feel that are stumbling blocks, are really stepping stones and platforms. The issue is, how are you using these things that are taking place in your life? And if you're using them, are you using them, or are you allowing these things to use you?
That's right.
And often what people look for is someone that is so broken. And those of you that are doing dating via social media and dating sites, a lot of you have written something this doggone long, right?
Right.
And basically what you wrote was a roadmap to pimping you.
Right.
So it's like, and brothers with game, here's real, ladies. So I want to put some game in your
Put
head.
something in their life, D.
Wow.
Yeah. When you go and write out, well, I'm dating with a purpose and blah, 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 blah. Well, first of all,
Tell 'em.
you have expectations where you want a man that works out every day with a six-pack.
Right.
And you can be standing sideways or backwards, and they can't tell if that's front, side, or back because you look the same from all angles. Or if you want a man that's really financially sound and has his stuff together,
Right.
why is he going to date you and your 500 credit score and you don't
Right.
have anything in the bank? So
Right.
at the end of the day, there has to be
I love it.
a place where you have constructed yourself.
That's right.
Or at least you can admit, you know what, I am under construction.
That's right.
If you get me floor number 6 and number 4 and number 11,
Right.
there's a lot of work to
They
be
out of
done.
order
That's
right
right.
You
now.
like floor number 3, 2, 1, and 7 and 9. I'm probably gonna be a good fit for you. But when you come to this thing acting like, you know what, I got it together. No, you don't.
Right.
Right.
And I'm not just talking about money.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
an approval code often is a great excuse for you not to work on yourself.
That's
Meaning
right.
when you can go to Needless Markup, or you can go to Saks, or you have a Bentley.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, at this point, you have been able to buy credibility,
That's right.
buy
That's
self-actualization.
right. Which
because-
still prolongs your greatness.
well, what happens is this. When someone gets pissed at you,
Mm-hmm.
you don't deal with correction, so what do? You run out and go shopping and use your approval code.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where what you really need to do is sit your behind down somewhere.
Right. That's right.
And
That's right.
look at, okay, you know what?
Self-evaluation.
Yes.
Here's what I'm doing. I'm still up smoking. I'm still drinking.
That's right.
I need to lose a person, not just 10 pounds.
Right.
And I'm not talking about just weight, physical weight. I'm talking about emotional weight.
That's right.
Cognitive weight,
right.
psychological weight.
That's right.
And then when you do get with somebody and they challenge you
Mm-hmm.
in these areas, you go right back to the Bentley store,
right.
to the Burkham store,
That's
to
right.
the Vuitton store.
That's right.
And at the end of the day, you are right back where you were, but just more junk in your closet.
That's
and
right.
I'm not just talking about
No, you're right.
Right.
shoes and coats and watches.
Right.
I mean
Right.
more
'Cause you-
junk in your closet.
That's right.
Because you won't hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
A lot of debris.
Yeah.
A lot of debris. Y'all, sit tight, don't move. Listen, man, we're going to pay a few bills real quick, and we'll be right back. But listen, Dr. D and Stephanie is in the building, along with the king and the queen. We'll holla black, hold tight. What is the wedding MC? I'm glad you asked. Well, first of all, I am not a DJ. I don't play records. I am a master of ceremonies, one who truly moves the crowd. The wedding MC is the most extraordinary personality that will light up the crowd, entertain your guests, and make your wedding reception as fabulous as it deserves to be. With over 450 wedding receptions successfully completed and over 10 years of experience in the wedding industry, you can be rest assured that I know exactly how to deliver your dream wedding reception. From our very initial contact, I'll go the full length
to understand the goals of your wedding reception and make sure the preparation is delicate through shared ideas so that you are provided with the perfect wedding reception. This will be memorable for all of your guests. As an incredibly passionate, experienced, and dedicated MC, I prefer meeting with my clients in person and being able to comfort you with a feel of my level of experience, energy, and personality. You can have all the bells and whistles, the tallest cake, the most adorable tuxedo and wedding gown, but if you want a reception where people enjoy themselves so much that they tell everyone they know, then you need the wedding MC. It can make the difference between having a reception or having a spectacular reception. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your special night while I take care of providing you and your guests with an evening you all won't ever forget. Get your wedding booked today at theweddingmc.net or call 323-834-8962. Remember, your reception, my voice. Your atmosphere, my personality. The Wedding MC. Shout out to all the beautiful people, man. We are back, y'all. The Wedding MC Experience. I am King Carl. This is my beautiful wife,
Queen Misty.
and y'all, again, we are definitely celebrating marriage. We want to make sure we can celebrate people being married. We want to celebrate people making marriage great again. Shout out to Tristan and Cece. I know that's their mantra, holding us down on that end. Y'all, we got a beautiful guest in the building. Stephanie Collins is in the building, along with Dr. D. Yvonne Young is in the building. And listen, y'all, if you just chiming in, you definitely want to make sure you go back and watch the episode of this podcast. The podcast is on all of your podcasts: Apple Podcasts, Google Play. It's on Spotify. It's on. I got to really get these down, man. SoundCloud.
Everything.
Yeah, it's on all of them. So you get a chance. Make sure you search The Wedding MC Experience. For those that are meeting me for the first time, I am the only standing wedding MC in the country that does what I do. I did my 476th wedding recently. So I just out here trying to make sure I celebrate people. I am the Ryan Seacrest of weddings is what I call it. That was an article that was written. I thought that was kind of dope. But in the meantime, man, we are definitely talking about the other side of the pillow today. And the other side of the pillow is we bring some singles in. We want to talk from that perspective, and we want to make sure we jump into this next segment. This next segment is definitely something I think that is important. Dr. D, I want to route this one towards you a little bit. But one of the questions is, how important is premarital counseling before marriage, and how long should a couple do premarital counseling? Now, that was asked to me by some people, and I help couples out, give them that assistance or whatever. But I know Dr. D is somebody that could be a little bit more profound with being able to explain that. But again, the question is, how important is premarital counseling before marriage, and how long should a couple do premarital counseling? Because that is also a question. People always say 2 months, 2 years. I don't know, but at the end of the day,
well, let's go here first.
Let's
get somebody who knows what the hell they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
No, wait. Let's
that's serious, bro.
So no, that's very serious, and I want you to make sure. Let's address that. When you say somebody that knows what they're doing, does that mean that there are people out there doing it that don't know what the hell they're doing?
Amen. So, and I'm not trying to knock.
No, you should.
An
Don't
entire
worry about it.
population, but I'm going to knock a population.
Yeah.
When someone can complete credentialing and 8-week course, they probably don't know what the hell they're doing. If you go to someone that's faith-based, that's typically very sexist and very
Wow, that's deep.
directed toward marginalization of women. Well, your husband is the lead. No, he's your partner, right?
Right.
So the first thing, like in my practice, one of the most inexpensive things that I offer in my practice is like $2,750 for someone to come and do their stuff with me.
Right.
Well, we cover the MBTI and we cover personality type,
Right.
which is
And I know
like
what
a
those are.
graduate level class.
I was about to say, but I want you to make sure you explain that to the people because I know what it is.
Well, MBTI is the most accurately researched instrument that measures personality type and preference. If you've heard of the 360, the DISC, all of that is based on the MBTI. I am one of 72 master credential practitioners in the world.
Right.
And in terms of African Americans, I'm probably one of 6 in the world.
Wow.
At the other part of it is the person needs to be credentialed as a coach. So they should have a ACT, ACSTH credentialing, but I'm an ICF, which is an internationally credentialed coach.
Gotcha.
And that is like really some vetting to get that PCC, MCC certification with that. But here's what you should look for. If that person doesn't have you do some assessments, run, they're full of crap. The second thing is this thing should be evidence-based, not abstract-based, meaning that they're using psychometrics and measures and psychoanalytics that are valid, that you could easily look up and see the validity of. And any instruments like that, they're going to be used at places like Harvard. Like I just got through doing some stuff at Harvard.
Right.
Or at some Tier 1 university.
Right.
Another thing to look for is ask them, what is your methodology?
Right.
Now, anybody that's legit, they should have written at least 2 books or 3 books or at least one best-selling book.
Gotcha.
Another thing you should look for is, all right, if you know so much, are you an expert anywhere other than at your office or your house? So if you are really an expert, like I'm an expert for CNN, I just got through doing ABC 2020,
Right.
What have you. So you should be an expert for somebody's national network if you're really good. But at the very least, I remember like I started doing the Deborah Duncan show years ago.
Right, you did.
But I've done every major television network in Houston
Right.
and many in the country, at least 6 or 7. So the point I'm making is there should be some antecedents on that person.
Gotcha.
They should be recognized by either an academic institution, a governmental agency, some society. But at the end of the day, what is your methodology? In my practice,
That's what I was about to ask.
Go
So you find out that they are credible.
yeah.
At that particular point, is there? How does one decide how long? So first of all, a person should do it first.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
couples should do it.
You need to clean out your bats out your belt.
Yes,
For
okay.
real.
Why do you think premarital counseling is necessary, though?
Well, first of all, let's get real. There is no such thing as an external solution to an internal problem.
Right.
Right.
So the work to transform a mindset goes from the inside out, not the outside in.
Right.
Okay.
And when you do that, what you're really looking for is like, here's my approach. If I go and counsel the 2 of you, your issues don't have anything to do with her.
Right.
Her issues don't have anything to do with you.
That's right.
In terms of origin.
Right.
But when they collide,
Yeah. They
now
collide.
we got a hot mess.
That's right.
Right.
So
right.
at the end of
That's
the
right.
day, any good clinician should work with you individually and collectively. You shouldn't be going to see one person and you seeing another, because what if their practice modalities are
It's not-
different?
That's right.
So you're getting, that's like me having 2 different chefs contribute to bake one cake. That
That's
ain't
right.
gonna work, right?
Right.
So the next
That's a good
thing is
analogy.
there needs to be things that you do collectively. So in my practice, we do personality types, psych triggers, validation systems, conflict mode management, and all of it's probably like 6 or 7 things we do in the collective where I see you at the same time.
Right.
But in a master level coaching environment, I meet with you one-on-one.
Now, does that not necessarily? But it's because one objective or one setup doesn't work for everybody. So
Well, that works. That is the only way that you're going
That's what I wanted to
to
ask
get someone where, one, they're dealing with their junk.
Okay.
Your stuff and what you saw growing up is greatly derived from what your parents saw growing up.
That's right.
And what their parents poured into them.
Except. Yep.
And not only is that genetic in terms of things that you're like if your last name is Levert, you could probably do what really well naturally?
Sing.
or produce music, right?
Right.
So there's certain things that are genetic, which is the nature side, but the nurture side, which is culture,
Right.
which is societal influences, and then traumas and things that happen along life's path.
Right.
So there needs to be as much attention to that. And again, some of these things are dealt with you individually. It is a waste of time to talk about that while the
Right,
2 of you
together.
together,
That's
right?
right.
That's right.
And then the other part, there should be some content or curriculum that is evidence-based. And if some of it is abstract, it should be well vetted. And by abstract, I mean some professor wrote a damn good book based on a lot of research that and a lot of sources that were credible. But when it's evidence-based, that means that you have scientific validity out there, and this has been tested against culture, longitudinal studies, meaning over time, cross-sectional, meaning over time and over different populations. So I should get the same measurable outcome whether I'm dealing with a gay dude from Boston or I'm dealing with some people from England or some midgets over in the circus somewhere. Oh, I didn't mean to offend any midgets. But
Right.
you get me.
Right.
Little
Right.
people
Right.
is like
Yeah.
what they
Yeah.
would like
Yeah.
to be called.
Small people.
Right. So
Small
so
people or little people?
Y'all little people.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Or,
Little
as they
people.
would say in
I-
Game of Thrones, imps.
Oh.
That
No,
was- that's an
that's
old school
yeah,
word.
that's
I don't
old
know.
school.
I
We
don't know
don't,
if
that's-
that's I don't like that one
I'm
either.
not touching that.
Okay, I
I
don't.
told you HIPAA ain't gonna protect you
It's
from
not.
everything.
But guess what, man? Let me tell you something. We making sure we talk up in here.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I think what you said is right on, spot on.
Right.
The one thing that I think that people try to ask all the time is that is there a set length of time?
Not to complete that type of foundational development should take a minimum of 8 to 12 weeks. There is no way in hell. Like when I give you the homework to do your family history,
Okay.
you got to actually go talk to these people. Now, what if your grandparents are dead? Well, you need to talk to the closest living relative that knew them.
Right.
Well, what if during that discussion something comes out that's traumatic, molestation, some tragedy, somebody died in a very horrific way or what have you? We need to deal with that individually and decide how to introduce that back into this collective discussion. See what I'm getting at? So that just for one person could be 2 or 3 weeks, let alone both of you,
Right.
Right.
right?
That's right.
And then the other part of this thing is that you get what you pay for.
That's
So if somebody tells you, I can do this for $50 an hour, that's like you going to Walmart to go buy a suit.
Oh Lord.
I mean, it is. When people come to me and they be like, well, Dr. Young, well, how much are your rates? Well, I'm $300 an hour, and that's in my practice.
Right.
Well, you get what you pay for.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, quality cost.
Quality cost. I'm the same way.
I
brother,
agree.
especially with what we do. I mean, Misty being a nutritionist, I mean, she says the same thing. So we make sure of that. Now, let me ask you something, Steph. Had you ever been? You hadn't been married before.
No.
Have you been asked?
To do what?
Okay. You know,
me,
not
Lord.
seriously. To be honest, not seriously. And to me, seriously means like you present a ring to me, not this
Okay.
just pillow talk
Or
talk
just-
conversation or
just
over
ask you.
dinner.
Yeah, you know we oughta
like,
go and do
yeah,
this.
it's like, oh,
You know,
no.
you
That's.
wanna
I
go
mean,
and do
I haven't
this?
been asked seriously.
I've wondered what makes them think that that's okay.
Okay.
Why
I
would
don't-
you ask me
I have
without a
no idea.
Just chilling.
None.
Hey, you want to go and do this?
do what?
I know that.
Or I get the you're gonna say yes if I ask you to marry me, right? I mean, what,
Really?
are we really doing?
That's
this
like a
now?
prep.
I mean, what's going on?
That's like
here?
a prep. So let me ask you this. So you hadn't been formally. It hadn't
Not
been done.
asked for real.
So do you, even though you're in a great space and you're still working on other aspects of who
Yes.
you are, let me ask you this: do you think that if you've run into the right guy, let's just say hypothetically you're not looking, but you run into the right guy, do you think you would be able to notice?
Right now, probably not, because I'm really not open to dating and things like that right now. Because
Unless somebody's
have to
verbal,
get-
vernacular, spectacular.
I have to get me together first. I have
Wait,
to get me.
hang on. Get the
He said
applause.
time. Oh, come
Because
on.
that is such a lesson for everybody that's listening.
I'm like, what?
she just said.
Yeah.
And I really want people to hear this. This is the example of someone that's really preparing themselves for something meaningful that's going to have some durability.
Right.
First thing she said is, I'm not really interested because I have to get me
That's right.
together first.
That's
She's
right.
not trying to find an external solution to an internal
That's
problem.
right.
And the second thing is that and I'm going to say this in a spiritual way, and y'all be like, much as you cuss, you spiritual. Yes.
No, you can cuss all day and be spiritual.
Yeah, thank you. So, but here's the greater truth. The greater truth is when you know that you're being groomed, when God is taking you by the hand and say, okay, let me show you, Mr. We at dinner. Now, what if I ask you to marry me? What if you get your ass up and lead us table?
That's right.
Okay. After you pay the tab.
Yeah, thank you. Or you look at a brother that's driving an overpriced vehicle and you got a car that's alleged, and ladies, remember, once the Bentley or the Mercedes is over 7 years old, it only costs 1/3 of what it originally would have cost. So don't get fooled by the car.
That's
Tell 'em.
But no, I'm
That's
just
a
keeping
nugget.
it real.
That's
Keep-
That
a
is.
nugget.
keeping it real.
That is.
And some women fall in love with the fact that brothers driving a certain car.
Yeah.
But if you got a Bentley or a 5 Series Benz and parked in front of an apartment,
Yeah. That's crazy.
and I could dig it if you have a home in another city and you do business in this city and you got an apartment. But if you really are all that, if you still have to have a dude, I mean, if a dude's asking you, babe, can I see your card right quick?
Oh no.
No, I mean, because if he can't take care of himself, how can he take care of you? And now here's the big one, ladies.
Right.
When it's a real brother, a brother like me,
Yeah.
I'm not looking for a dependent. I'm looking for a partner. You know what I'm saying? So you can't come to the table thinking
Right.
you fine and the ham and legs and all that
Right.
you got working for
Right.
you. Well, here's a newsflash, ladies. Men of substance and men of means.
That's right.
We can get what when we can't get fresh air.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, it's far easier for us to get
That's right.
what you think we want from you than for you to go give it to somebody
That's right.
that wants you, because the guys that really are begging you, I'm going to put this in may I be real?
Please.
Yes.
Okay.
The wedding MC experience.
Okay.
Poo nanny, poo tane,
Come
whatever you want
on,
to call
Pooh
it,
Nanny.
is a poor man's trophy.
Yes. it
And
is.
I mean
Yes.
a man poor in spirit and poor
Yeah.
in mind,
That's
and
right.
poor
This
in
is
desire.
true.
Yes, it is.
Where
I
a man
totally
that
agree.
is really of substance and of measure.
Right.
Right.
Every time I get on a flight, I don't fly coach.
Right.
I get pissed when I have to catch United Express.
Yeah.
I'm like, you ain't got first class on here? Damn.
Right. 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 All the things.
Yeah, because I can't, that's not how I roll.
Right.
And I'm saying that's an approach toward life. That's not just
That's right.
and how I fly.
Right. Right.
My approach toward life is I work my butt off
That's right.
to be number one.
That's right.
They named me the top black life coach in the world 2 years
That's
ago.
right. They did. They
So
did.
when I received that, somebody asked me, well, how do you do that? I said, every day I get up at 7. I'm in the gym at 7. I work out 2 hours every day, and I pray every day while I'm working out. Well, how can I hang with a God that created everything and not have everything?
Wow.
Evidence-based again.
That's me. Shout out to Pooh Emery Price. I see you, man. He say, hell, I asked my wife like that. We've been having for all 14 years. They chiming in.
He said,
Everybody has
Yeah.
different levels of happiness.
Yeah. What you say?
Everybody has different levels of happiness.
So you got So I believe that too. I think that it's not cookie cutter. That's the reason we're doing shared experiences, because I think all of these nuggets that are in gems that are being dropped, I think is people can be able to use it, because they don't know sometimes what they don't know until they hear it, right?
Yeah.
So y'all listen up right quick. We're gonna take a little breather. I want to make sure we get a chance to do that, because we're getting ready to come back with Mr. Flavors. See y'all in a sec.
What's up, world? This is Carl Mays, the King Motivator, aka the Wedding MC. I gotta let you know, this is my 426th wedding here tonight. And I just wanna let you know, regardless of what happens, we're gonna make people have a great time. One thing that we always say is that people come to weddings, and when they go to the reception, they don't know whether or not they're going to stay. But if you love who you are, make some noise. The Wedding MC is basically an embodiment of something that's needed at a wedding. One thing I like challenges. And when I emceed that wedding, it was such a fulfillment because I got to be creative. Is there a need for the wedding MC? Yes, I think there's a need for it. People don't know they need it yet because they've never seen it or had it. I sit down with them and let them know the psychology. The psychology is you have two families that don't know anybody in there outside of the people they came with or the bride and groom. And they're there to be able to blend and get to know other families. This is a mix and mingle thing because you're bringing two families together and you're blending them. So yeah, Wedding MC is going to be needed. Wedding MC is there to curate and create an environment to make people feel as comfortable as possible. Makes me feel, strong enough to be able to attack what this world has to offer every time I step inside my door. But the beauty about this one is that they'll never be like the Wedding MC. Again, my name is Carl Mays. You can find me, theweddingmc.net. I'll see y'all on the next one.
Yo, we're back, y'all. That's right, the Wedding MC Experience. Back up in here with our wonderful guests, y'all. We have been having wonderful conversations. But right now, we're going to get ready to jump into Misty's Flavors.
Misty's Flavors. Hey, y'all.
That's right.
Yes, don't worry about my countryness. So, today I am just going to talk about quinoa. That is Quinoa.
That's right.
Guys, not quinoa, not that it's pronounced Keenwa. So
right.
just think of it like that. It is a great alternative for rice. It is lower in carbs, super high in protein, and has all 9 essential amino acids. So get that in your life. Please stop doing the white rice. Cut back on the brown rice.
Anything white, we...
No, don't go there.
Okay. We just kind of talk like that sometimes because my wife, again, our children are vegan from birth. I'm trying to get there. She's working on me, but at the end of the day, we say anything white like milk, rice.
These opinions do not represent
I
that station.
These are the opinions.
Right. Of myself, huh? You're like, don't put me out there like that. My baby say, look, what kind of sugar is that? No white sugar.
No,
Brown
cut that out.
sugar.
Cut that out.
And
No,
she
not
had-
brown sugar either.
Oh, not
Yeah.
brown
I had that
No.
in Flower Child today.
What?
Some quinoa with some protein was chicken. It's right over in Uptown Village by Cafe.
Oh, they had.
Oh,
they
I
had
haven't been
quinoa.
there.
Some Flower Child. Oh, I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all are going
Flower
to be
Child?
like, praise God, you made this for me.
That's dope.
Okay,
It's called
I'll
Flower
have to
Child.
try that.
Yeah,
We'll check it out.
It's I can't think of this other place that's over by Whole Foods on Post Oak. What's the name of that?
We give a
place?
shameless plug. Shout out,
Is it
shameless
Epicurean
plug. We're gonna get
Market?
y'all to buy some
No,
ads.
yeah, it's by Whole Foods. But I'll think of it in a minute. But
Okay.
it's another one of my overpriced lunch restaurants.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay.
We got a couple of we frequent.
Which ones? The green vegetarian.
Pepper Tree. I mean,
Pepper
you're giving
Tree.
all these ads. They don't have to pay for this.
Sorry.
At the end of the day,
Sorry,
we gonna
guys.
Keep them on.
Now, I'm
Shameless
trying to
plug.
keep them alive so they can buy your book and those T-shirts.
That's right. So that's right. So we'll make sure we do that. We're gonna make sure we go tell Flower Child to buy an ad. We run it and run some people through that.
Definitely.
So we'll definitely get a chance to do that. But in the meantime, y'all. So again, quinoa is something that they make sure they keep in their life. I know
Yes.
people love rice. So if they need a substitute.
Yes, quinoa. And it's gluten free because a lot of people have gluten sensitivities. It is gluten free. Please try to include this more often in
So
your
that's
diet.
why you lost weight.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get ready to go way back down. So I just want
He
to do it
about
for
to
the
go way
viewers.
back.
Way back down. Yeah, man. So all my kids, man, listen, I always say if I just follow my children, because I'm a brother to say, listen, you got this big dark-skinned brother with this little light-skinned woman, man. Listen, she has no meat in the house. We have no meat. And my children, if I would just follow my kids, I'd be great. And she say, look, if you going, I don't do any red meat, but she say, if you going to go get you some chicken, you're going to have to go out this house.
And get it. It's like
And
you
so-
have to make
so I
the
have
effort.
to physically get up.
Wow.
Which is dope because, and I always say,
Right.
man, again, God puts people in your lives, man, for many different reasons. Man, my wife is definitely somebody that's got my back. And she don't be putting a gun up to me. She's like, don't worry, you'll come around.
So that's why you threw that shirt in my car smelling like a hamburger.
I mean-
That's a joke.
Right, that's a joke, y'all.
That's a joke.
They like,
y'all.
did he? He threw a shirt in his back? No.
Did he tell you the story about the what was it, Popeyes receipt
Oh
I
my
found?
God, yes, man. When I was locked
This
and
was
loaded.
what, like
Nah,
three? Was this like
My-
3
hey,
years
my
ago?
wife, no, I'm telling you, this is years ago. But I remember one point, we were locked and loaded. I was following
He
my
was
regimen home.
following his plan. He was
And-
on it.
And what did I do? I think I was driving to the house.
It was
and I-
late
It was late,
It
man.
was
I
late.
was like, man, I passed
on a Tuesday. It was on a
I passed by my
Tuesday.
bar.
Two-piece
Hey,
Tuesday.
Hey,
Two-piece
wait, hold on. I
Tuesday.
gotta give it to you. I
Now, how
passed
the
by.
hell do you know that?
I passed by and I say, damn, this man good. That was one. And then I got further and closer to the crib, and there was another not too far. I said, man, I whipped up in there. Watch this. I called myself trying to not let her know, right? Then I get to the house. I ate something. I get to the house. I'm good. The night goes on. All of a sudden, 3 o'clock in the morning, my stomach turning. Because I hadn't done no meat for a long time. And I say, she said, what's wrong? And I said, I gotta admit to something. She said, what? I said, I stopped and ate some pop.
See?
And then she
Two-Piece
say,
Tuesday.
See?
wait, when she said this,
I said, I know. That's what you get.
because she say, I saw you done laid the receipt on the
On the counter.
so an amazing hilarious. I was thinking, man, I thought I got away with something, but she wasn't saying that. She saw the
I
receipt.
didn't. I saw the receipt.
She's
I
like,
didn't
I'm
say
just
a
gonna let-
word.
I'm gonna let him just. I'm gonna let
I
him just
said
do his thing.
he is going to wake me up in the middle of the
And
night.
she had to give me some, because my wife
In
again,
more ways than one.
she put
I'm burning.
So y'all listen up, man. One more time, I gotta make sure we give it up, Miss Display for y'all. We're gonna hit an ad right quick. Baby, you wanna go ahead and get the drinks ready? We got
Okay.
margaritas and questions coming up. Our questions and margaritas, that's Q&M. We don't say Q&A. Q&M, she's gonna go get the margaritas together. Y'all go get y'all a drink in a second. We gonna hit this ad. Get ready to do your thing. Go on and get your thing. All right, we'll be right back, y'all.
What is the wedding MC? I'm glad you asked. Well, first of all, I am not a DJ. I don't play records. I am a master of ceremonies, one who truly moves the crowd. The wedding MC is the most extraordinary personality that will light up the crowd, entertain your guests, and make your wedding reception as fabulous as it deserves to be. With over 450 wedding receptions successfully completed and over 10 years of experience in the wedding industry, you can be rest assured that I know exactly how to deliver your dream wedding reception. From our very initial contact, I'll go the full length to understand the goals of your wedding reception and make sure the preparation is delicate through shared ideas so that you are provided with the perfect wedding reception. This will be memorable for all of your guests. As an incredibly passionate, experienced, and dedicated MC, I prefer meeting with my clients in person and being able to comfort you with a feel of my level of experience, energy, and personality. You can have all the bells and whistles, the tallest cake, the most adorable tuxedo and wedding gown, but if you want a reception where people enjoy themselves so much that they tell everyone they know, then you need the wedding MC. It can make the difference between having a reception or having a spectacular reception. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your special night while I take care of providing you and your guests with an evening you all won't ever forget. Get your wedding booked today at theweddingmc.net or call 323-834-8962. Remember, your reception, my voice. Your atmosphere, my personality. The Wedding MC.
Yes, y'all, we are back. The segment that we're bringing up right now is Q&M. That's right, y'all. Questions and margaritas. I know people know that, my wife is a nutritionist. She say, but if she give out any calories, it's going to be because she like to have a drink every now
Let me
and
tell
then.
y'all something.
Yeah, you want to share it with him, babe?
Because I normally eat well, I will waste my calories and all my toxic stuff on some alcohol because I do a cleanse that not a lot of us do.
That's right.
So if you're going to drink and do all that extra, at least do a cleanse afterwards.
Amen.
That's right.
Just
That's right.
don't do it before you have to go
Go to
the
work.
gym.
On the, oh, yeah.
Dr.
Right.
CB.
Dr. Sabi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife is an avid follower of Dr. Sabian. She's an avid follower of Dr. DeHudy.
Yeah. Wow.
Sunshine.
Sunshine.
You know the dude off OST with the vegetarian
Yes,
place?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
that
he's
restaurant.
Cool
And what is your girl,
yeah.
Chef Aki?
Chef Aki.
Shout out to
Yes,
Chef
love
Aki
Chef
out there.
Aki.
So for those that don't know, I mean, one of the things I always say, I'm a great entertainer. So I come from the entertainment world. And my wife comes from the nutrition world. I mean, so when we go in our computer at the house, if I jump on it, she has tabs open and it's all about health and stuff. My tabs are all about who got the next, show. I'm watching Dr. D. My stuff is about entertainment. Hers is all about nutrition. So the beauty about it is she teaches me about food. So and just over the last few years, man, I've been educated, and it's weird because I'm like, man, I watch shows now that cater to that. I think it's very intriguing, so my mind has been expanded. When we met,
And you look younger.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And, she got me drinking a lot. Just keep drinking water. Just keep drinking.
Keep
Get you
drinking
some
the water.
She
Baby,
say,
I've been drinking water all day. No, you haven't
take
had
your
enough.
water with you. So yeah. So listen, God's blessing, man. So when you definitely find one, you got to recognize, right?
Yes.
I got to make sure I straighten my act up, which is what we about to talk about right now. Questions of margaritas. Good segue. Here we go. And I want all us to be able to chime in on this, because I think it's kind of funny, but it's at the segment 4 at the very bottom if y'all want to just look at the question. But it says, what are something, this is from, so just so that people know that are watching, we take questions at the end of every show. We let people know to just email them in, and then we pull them and we use them at the next show. We'll take, some of the best questions. And to email us, you want to email theweddingmcexperience@gmail.com. That's theweddingmcexperience@gmail.com. So these are some questions that we got from some of the avid listeners and watchers, and I thought these were just kind of intriguing. I always pull the ones that are weird and fun to me. All right. So it says, what are some things to recognize when your spouse, and I think this person wanted to make sure they named anonymous because they didn't send the name, but it says, what are some things to recognize when your spouse of 15 years may be cheating? Ooh.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
Jesse.
To
come on.
me, yeah.
Come on, Steffi.
For me, I just feel that it's very simple. Go with your instincts. And if your gut is telling you that something is wrong, something is wrong.
You got that man crunching ice.
So, I know. Man.
To me, I feel like it's just as simple as that, because I know that with me, like a lot of times when I don't follow my instincts, because my instincts, they don't line up with what I really want to do. Mm-hmm. So then I'll go ahead and do what I want to do. And then when things fall apart, I'm like, man, I should have followed my instincts. I knew something.
But okay, so I'm going to agree with you 50%.
Okay.
And the reason why, let me tell you why, because I just
You see
feel
her
like,
face?
I know she just looked at me
And
like,
I
what,
threw that in your
50%?
face.
You need 75. So, well, let me
You
just
can't
say
go
why I
wrong
say
with
that.
your instincts.
Well, I mean, no, I believe in instincts too, but I also believe in instincts from a person that hadn't been so damaged. You know what I'm saying? Because some people that have been damaged, that are clearly in a relationship that may have some signs of something, probably happened that really aren't. You know what I'm saying? I'm running late. We knew in this relationship. I'm running late because I was talking to Dr. D, and I was like, man, I just bought these flowers for my girl, man. But yeah, dog, it was so good to see you. We talking, we drive. But you expected me at home 30 minutes ago or to your house 30 minutes ago, and then you were calling, but my phone just happened to be on vibrate, and I'm just chopping it up with
So
D.
instincts are now triggers.
Right. but
I'm supporting you, but I'm saying.
But you're talking about somebody who's like, they probably shouldn't be in a relationship anyway if that's their
Probably not, but
mentality.
the majority
So
of
that's
people-
dysfunction right
I
there.
need
I'm talking
y'all to
about,
go
like,
back to, it says 15 years, your spouse of 15 years. Because
Well,
you
how
said
about this?
we just started dating.
Yeah.
And
Thank you. Thank you.
like,
You know
wait.
what? Yes.
I gotta get the facts right. You right.
Yes.
My
So
bad,
if in
baby.
15 years of dating, go with your instincts. I can list
Okay.
some things like the working late or hiding your phone and things like that. Those are typical, but
after
I
15
feel
years,
that your instincts, you just
most
can't go
of the
wrong.
time, you know your spouse's routine or
There's
No,
patterns.
I don't have no
patterns.
Oh.
Patterns.
Oh, okay.
That's the word I meant.
I was like,
Patterns.
boy, look at it. I'm with you.
Patterns.
Well, there are a couple of things too, though. 15 years is a big deal.
It is.
Yes.
But for some of you, it's 15 minutes or 15 weeks or 15 months, right? And at the end of the day, what you're really looking for is a lack of continuity. Successful people in anything, including relationships, have a routine. When you see that continuity dispatched or when you see it shelved, and all of a sudden you're like, well, damn, you ain't bought a pair of new drawers in the last 8 years. I can't tell who made these no more. Now all of a sudden you got some stuff that's in style.
Right. Yeah.
Or okay, you've been wearing Aqua Velva and Brute. Now you gone and bought some real cologne.
You said, baby, you don't want me to get better?
You know what I'm saying? But these changes aren't just, especially with
They
men.
drastic.
Men we are very much creatures of habit. That's why they get caught in lies. And fellas, when your woman is in an extra good mood all of a sudden and you have not been tightening that up, and all of a sudden everything you do is okay.
He said, why you so happy?
Yeah, you might want to pay attention to that, right? Because
Why you so happy?
it was some sunshine when you was gone. So at the end of the day, what you're really looking for is a break in continuity, a change in habit and values,
Right.
And then when you really start noticing this person is adversarial with you,
Yeah.
all of a sudden,
that becomes very-
you know, something like, that ain't no damn water glass, that's a juice glass. Well, wait a minute. You know,
Really?
You know, what are you talking about? You know,
No, you're right.
Like the little things.
yes, it's
Little-
these
yes.
little nuance. Oh, you're putting the toilet seat down all of a sudden. You know, oh,
Yeah.
you done bathed again. This no,
But no,
Yeah.
for real. That's what-
No, really.
You done bathed twice a day. You ain't bathed twice all week. The
Yeah,
weeks
yeah,
is back.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
You ain't bathed twice in a week. Now you done bathed twice in
Oh,
one
you one of
day?
the people that don't wash their legs?
Right.
Yeah.
Something was, what did you?
Yeah.
You ain't got that many drawers.
Yeah, you getting a pedicure? Dude, you haven't been getting no damn pedicure?
Right. Yeah.
Maybe.
Now, here's a real big one. You got some extra money. Where did that come from? Because most people trade up. Now, a few of y'all, and I'm not talking, I can't even say that because I got clients that never mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
Right.
some guy, I don't know why men sometimes will have a queen and go mess with the court jester woman.
Come on.
You know, but hang on, the flip, I see women who have a man of means, measure, and substance. Well, he don't have time for me. That's because his ass is working.
Right.
And you want to go get a dude that is sitting up spending the money that dude gave you
Right.
because he doesn't have a job. He got a blunt
That's right.
and some homeboys,
Right.
and then you paying for the hotel room or trying to screw him in the bed
That's
that
right.
this man paid for.
That's right.
Oh, awful.
So people
Totally right.
Yeah.
really have to pay attention that when you here's your biggest sign. Before you become a victimizer or a victim,
Okay.
hint, when you start looking more forward to leaving home than you do coming home, that's your
The
first
person-
red flag.
That is.
Yes.
Okay? Your second red flag, when you keep blaming somebody else for stuff you need to correct. Why? Because someone else is gaslighting you and letting you think that all your mess is okay.
That's right. That's right.
And then anybody that is willing to indulge your sloppy seconds from someone else,
Yes.
and they don't have an issue with it, it's because they want your behind gone
Yeah.
so they can continue rotating those other 3 plates they have spinning
right.
called people.
That's right. That's right. That's a good way to be able to put that. I think something that you said that is key is when we think of people that have something else going on. 9 times out of 10, they're liking that person in that place. Like I always laugh. I mean, one of the things we always talk about is like when people don't have any responsibility and a person likes them and they kind of dating in that, they're dating in that. So they're not assuming all of those other things that kind of come with it. But as soon as the relationship takes an adjustment, you have to assume a little bit more responsibility with it. Then people start to kind of move away. It's a weird little thing, but that fun play for some people is exciting, and that's how they get pulled into it. And a lot of that might be because one of the other parties is not being transparent.
Well, that's when
True.
you're going to end up itching. You're going to be like, I'm itching.
I think something not right.
Yeah.
Does that chafing? That's funny. Okay, let's
my
address
God.
this next question, y'all,
Oh
before
my
we
God.
wrap. The next question is this. How does this is weird. Okay, I want y'all to help me with this. How does one handle all that has been accumulated when the relationship seems to be headed for divorce?
Wow. Well, it
How does one handle all that has been accumulated? I think they mean items. I
Yeah.
don't know, or
like houses.
not items, but
Monetary
just-
things?
well-
You can
well,
get it again.
Well, probably.
No, but some people are petty.
Yeah, I guess they mean just all that has been invested in it. So it could
Yeah,
be
let's
items.
just
emotions
assume ain't nothing
and
about
the-
money.
Yeah,
House, cars.
probably it said accumulated. When the relationship seems to be headed for divorce. So, I mean that's heavy. So let's just assume this is the same person that asked about the 15-year joint.
And
That-
it
that's-
probably is. What the hell is going on in your life? No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah. I should have had a margarita. I don't even drink.
I know,
Well,
yeah,
no, but
it's-
here's the
it's
truth.
like-
Let me just say this really, really quick. Like when people speak about divorce and things like that, and they don't want to lose half of everything. But when you're married, supposedly you have half of everything. If you divorce, you still have half of everything. You just don't get to see that other half anymore.
Yeah.
Meaning like the monetary.
And you might not want it because it's a new season. Why do
Yeah,
you want
old
So-
stuff?
Why do you want that dog playing cards velvet picture? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Why do you? I mean, seriously, I've had people in my office that are breaking up, And the biggest thing I convinced him of is, look, long as you're holding on to the wrong person, you're making 4 people miserable.
Right.
You, the
them.
person you're with, and the 2 people God had intended you to be with at this time in your life.
Right.
So the best thing that you can do is realize people come into your life for a reason,
That's right.
a season or a
Season.
lesson.
Lesson.
Yeah.
When that season is over, when that lesson is learned or that reason is discovered, ciao,
Yes.
ciao.
That's right.
You know?
Ciao, bella.
Yeah. Adios.
Adios.
Arrivederci. You know.
Bye.
Don't let the doorknob hit you in the
Yeah.
ass.
It's time to let it go, because why do you want to hang on to something? Well, I'll just say this as an analogy. Let's say I give you some seeds.
Right.
Now, one guy has a degree in horticulture from somewhere like A&M. I give him 100 seeds, and I give him 4 acres of land. Now, I got this other person over here that's an idiot. I give them 10 seeds and 1 acre of land. Now, here's the catch. The guy with the 4 acres and 100 seeds doesn't plant in due season. But the one with 10 seeds and 1 acre does. Who's going to have the harvest?
The 10-acre.
Yeah. So when you do things in season, you get blessed. And no matter how much you know, how much you've planned, and how much you have, do it out of season and see what you get.
Wow. Wow.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You nothing. You gonna look up, your money gonna be funny, your credit gonna get it, and your change gonna be strange.
Thank you.
And
You
if
done got all them old booty implants and got your hair reseeded and all that.
Oh,
for nothing.
Lord.
And if you're not careful, your stock might drop.
Yeah, you be
Sit
on
your ass
botch.
down somewhere. You know what I mean?
Oh,
y'all,
botch is
listen.
awful.
Yeah.
You guys have been rocking with us, man. I just want to say, listen, I am excited because people are definitely finding more and more out about the Wedding MC experience. For those that are chiming in real late, again, I am a wedding MC. I'm the only standing wedding MC in the country that actually does weddings almost every weekend. And my wife here does all the booking. She holds me down, but she also has her wonderful nutrition business and her travel business. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in some future episodes.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I want y'all to do me a favor and give a round of applause to our guests. Y'all know Miss Stephanie Collins and Dr. D. Von Young.
Yay.
And listen up,
Thank
so
y'all.
Dr. D will be on Wendy Williams soon, so y'all just keep your eyes and ears
Well,
open.
no, first, 2020
Okay.
investigates
Okay.
ABC.
Cool.
I think it airs in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Cool, just
And
keep your
then
ears
if
open.
you watch TV1,
Do me a
I have
favor.
a show called Fatal Attraction, another one called Snapped on Oxygen.
And you got
Keep
now
watching.
you have
Okay.
you're gonna have it on your website and everything. Give your website.
Dude, I don't even do that no more.
Okay,
Oh.
cool. So listen.
He
so,
just said find him.
So okay,
Find
so
him.
find it. Dr. D, Yvonne Young, y'all make sure y'all keep it following, and definitely we gonna make sure we get Stephanie online and get her up in there. 'Cause at the end of the day, she ain't trying to be found like that because she's in a good space right now.
I am.
Because her DMs might be full right now if she had all that
Full of
looked up.
nonsense.
I know
I
what
can
I'm.
get nonsense when I step outside the
That-
house.
Tell 'em,
Lord.
tell 'em.
You're right, but I know you know what. You're older. You're more cognizant.
down with that
No,
older stuff. No, I'm just
as in
playing.
wiser. You're more cognizant, so you can see the bullshit before it comes. Y'all, shout out to the Spirit Studios. Shout out to Mike holding us down, man. Production crew. Listen, y'all, the Wedding MC Experience. Make sure you get a chance to log on to your social media, the Wedding MC XP. That's on everything. Make sure you follow us, man. We started organically. People are starting to grow. Make sure you go like the page. Go like the YouTube page as well. Remember, in 24 hours from today, all of it will be live on your YouTube and all your podcasts. I don't know about her, but I'll say them later. In the meantime, y'all make sure y'all continue to follow us. Make sure you share great content, because guess what? All that negative content you keep sharing eventually makes your life negative. So stay positive, stay great. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Do everything we would. We'll
Yes.
holla black. We'll see y'all the next time around. Holla.
Bye.